Well, hello. Welcome. Welcome to the show, everybody. This is Nick's, don't you know? And, well, 'tis the season, the eve of the eve. And if you're looking for last minute gift ideas, well, I've got a treat for you. So, welcome. Welcome. How's everybody doing today? And let me introduce you my friend Bob here. Hey, Bob, how's it going? Wave to the people. He's waving. Nice. See, there's Bob. There we go. Nice. So here we go. Me and Bob are gonna friggin' give you a little bit of a lowdown on this Atari Gamestation Pro. This thing is fantastic. I picked this up the other day, and then learning everything that you can do with it, the side-loading capabilities and everything. And let me tell you, this is the must-have Christmas gift to have under the tree for any gamer enthusiast. So first off, we're going to show you what the thing looks like. We're going to bring it over here. So this is what it looks like here, right? For scale, right? There's the size of my hand, right? So it's not that big. You got the two USB-Cs in the front, right? And then in the back, watch my camera there. Yeah, it's powered by USB C in the back, 5 volt, and you got HDMI out. And then on this side of it, you've got a right there. That's your micro SD slot, right? So that's where you can side load your games and everything, right? So, and the colorful buttons there are fantastic, and those will change as well, because we're gonna bring up the controller next. So you see how that's changing rainbow color right now. Now we're gonna pull up the controllers that it comes with. This is the controller comes with. I'm gonna zoom in here. So that's the on-off button for USB. You can connect by USB, and that's a menu function, and also changes the lights. And then when we look on top here, you've got the B button on the top, you got the A button on the side, and then you got your spinner on the side. And that's fantastic. And then you got your buttons here. It's home, select, and start. And then we're going to turn this on. As you can see, that's the rainbow color right here. So right now it's paired. It'll flash until it's paired, this white light here, and then that button where that beside that white light, if you press and hold it. Now let's look at the so now it changes to white, and then you press it again and hold it. It goes to red, the classic red, like the red button. So you can't really turn the lights off, so they're on all the time when you use this. So this will drain the battery. It does take 4 AA batteries for each controller, and it comes with 2. So it's fantastic, and you know, it feels nice. It really does. Well, you can hear me doing the menu there, but it feels really nice. It's a nice controller. They did a good job on that. So that's where that money's going. What do you think, Bob? Yeah, he thinks it's good too. It's fantastic. So when you go into this, it has its list of Atari games that are already preloaded. I'm going to actually get myself out of the screen so you can see this. So right there you go. And it's got all this stuff preloaded. Right, so it's not bad. B button, escape, and then you got your bonus games. So this is just a mishmash of everything: 8-bit, 16-bit, arcade, multiplayer, and it's got some pages of stuff. So it's you're getting a bang for your buck right out of the box. With all the preloaded games that come with it, bang for your buck. Now it's even better for your bang for your buck. So we're going to get back out to this menu here. So when you actually do the side loading, it gives you much more capabilities. And let's pull myself back up again to add more games to this. So far. I've added the Atari 2600 library and the NES library on this, and we're gonna briefly explain how you do it, because there's other videos out there that do it really quickly. But if you kind of know what you're doing, this will just be a very quick rundown of how you do it. So first off, you need a card reader, or you need if you have an SD slot on your computer already that's like that size. Like my PC has a slot, so I just put the micro SD in this thing and put it in my PC, and you're good to go. Now, I should forewarn you, the only device that this Atari Gamer Pro will recognize is a memory card that has been formatted to FAT32. So anything larger than 32 gigabytes, Windows won't allow you to do that. It'll only allow you to do NTFS or XE FAT32, which is incompatible. So you have to go on the internet and find a program that'll allow you to convert memory devices that are larger than 32 gigs to allow you to format it to FAT32. Now, that said, really 68 gigabytes is more than enough. So even if you got a 32 gig or lower SD card, you'll be able to friggin' format it FAT32, but that's the most important thing. You have to format it to FAT32, else this device will not register the SD card device. Now, once you got that under your belt, you've formatted it. Now the fun begins. So, with the latest firmware update, so if you get this out of the box, you got to go to the website and update the latest firmware to this from the My Arcade website. And then once you get that up, it allows you to access the SD card right from this menu. So you press the home button and the select button at the same time, and then it'll pull up this menu, right? And it's nothing fancy. So it's just a folders list. So you're allowed to have folders. So right now I've got an Atari 2600, an NES, and I have a separate. I labeled it 10 Gen NES. This is pretty much just all the unlicensed games that are all in one folder. There isn't that many, so I just kind of threw them in there instead of trying to add them to the rest of the list. So for Atari 2600, I'll go into it. You hit the A button. I've got a complete list and a favorite. So if I do the complete list, there's 900 games. It's going to take a second for it to generate the list. And then most importantly, if you want to sideload paddle games, you need to create a folder, right? So we're going to go back to what you're supposed to do in the main folder. So before this, in Windows, you create a games folder, right? Right at the root directory. And then within that games folder, you're putting these folders, right? So that's the first thing you got to do. So you create that games folder, and then you create these subfolders in the games folder on the SD card. And then now, so like I said, you put your games on here how you want. I created folders, so you can do whatever you want. So going back to the paddle games, so when you actually sideload the paddle games, the paddle doesn't work, right? But this is the workaround. You have to make a folder called Atari 2600 Paddle, right? So I'll go into this, right? So I put all the paddle games in here. So we're going to go down to Kaboom, right? So we're gonna show you with what we're gonna do here. So we're gonna just start the game. Oh, I gotta hit the button, I think. Start. You know what? You know why? Probably because I have another controller plugged in already. Pardon me a second. Let me get out of this, reload it. Alright, let's turn that controller off and just pair it anew, because it was probably picking this up as player 2. That's why it wasn't allowing me to do it. So let's try this again. Okay, we're going in. So this should be... Okay, so here we go. Alright, do you see that? Do you see how I'm moving it now? Alright, I see how that works. And then if you press the, what button is that again? I believe it's the menu? No. Yeah, you press the button here on the front, and then it'll pop up this, where you can change the TV type, black and white, the game difficulty level, the paddle sensitivity, and yeah, that's fantastic. And then to get out of this, pretty much you have to just hit the home button here to get back into the SD card, right? and then that'll put you in the folder that you were just in. Now, if when you hit the B button, it'll send you back to the main directory, so you can't just like back up. So, for instance, I've got my NES games all alphabetized here. Alright, so for instance, if I I pick a game, Batman vs. Joker here, and then let's say I back out, and then you hit the B button. See, it brings you all the way back instead of going back to the alphabetized list. So that's just a minor, inconvenient caveat, but it's not bad. So for instance, yeah, and then just making sure. Let's go back to the games list. Make sure that it has the file extension NES on the end of it for it to register. Alright, so we're gonna hit back. And same with Atari. With the Atari games, you want to have the extension 826. And now you just have to Google and scour the internet for your ROMs. And now keep in mind, there are sites out there that offer the ROMs. Some of the ROMs are bad, that won't load. I did get an entire ROM pack and none of the games worked. And then I went on to another site and downloaded another ROM pack, and I think pretty much I've only run into a couple games that don't work correctly, but most of the games work. Like Anacroid for NES, for example, it's not working with the controls. So we'll see what's going on there. Well, but most of the other than that, all the games run, and the emulation is friggin' smooth as butter. So instead of me just talking about it, let's just get right into the game here. Let's play a game that's pretty darn decent here that I like to play. My favorite, Spider Fighter. Is pretty decent where we are. So let's get myself off the screen here. All right, let's do this. Like I said, it's buttery smooth as emulation. It feels so good. The joystick feels good. The only thing sometimes I notice though is just with the capture card, like playing games like Missile Command and Yar's Revenge with the flashing, it doesn't pick it up with the capture card very well, and the image doesn't look right because it's missing that quick flashing, and it has to do with how it's picking up at frame per second. And I've tried different settings, frame per second, on the capture card to try to get the game to look somewhat visually appealing to what I'm seeing on another screen. It's just the capture card image. So for instance, if I were to play Missile Command, there will be some missiles that will be raining down, and you won't see them in the stream because the capture card isn't picking it up properly. It'll pick up some of the missiles coming down, but yeah, I think you kind of understand what I'm getting at. But for the most part, for framing purposes, most of these games will be going with the capture card to stream. If you're into that sort of thing. Oh yeah, I'm just playing casual. I'm not even trying to see. Look at that game. Like, see how buttery smooth that is. Buttery smooth. Buttery smooth. And like I said, all you gotta do is hit that home button, get back out here, and away you go. Let's play it. Let's see another one. Sequest. That's a good one. See. These are the games, Atari games that the actual unit does not come with. Does not come with any Atari games. So if you are missing some of those favorite Atari games, this is how you're gonna get them on the system and be able to play it. Like, isn't this fantastic? I love this. Now you can probably pick this up anywhere: Amazon, Costco, Walmart, wherever they're selling this thing. Best bet to get one of these things, but hurry before it's Christmas. I think this is a great great buy for anybody in their library, and especially once you know how to easily sideload games. You're off to the races. Now, what I'm going to be working on is adding other consoles to this. Sega Genesis. I think TurboGrafx 16 will work. Game Boy Advanced. Game Boy. Super Nintendo. But there's a caveat with the Super Nintendo, and that has to do with the locked button mapping that this unit does. The Arcade Gamer Station Pro. With the Y button. The Y button acts like this menu button that I just pressed right there. Right, that's by that, on the front of the controller. So that's how you can see why the Super Nintendo, if there's games that really utilize that Y button, that you can see where it's going to be difficult to play the game. Every time you hit the Y button, this is going to happen. So hopefully in the future patch, they will fix that, so we can use all the controls on the Nintendo 64 emulator on here. So, or not, sorry, did I say Nintendo 64? I'm sorry, I misspoke. Super Nintendo. I don't think this thing will run Nintendo 64. I wouldn't even try because there would be a button mapping nightmare. But the other cool thing about this is you can pair an Xbox controller with this, and it maps the controller perfectly. As also, you can pair a PlayStation 5 controller to this, which is what I do, and it pairs perfectly to this as well. And we'll, in a little bit, we will show you that in the video here of connecting the PlayStation 5 controller to this unit, and then how the buttons operate and function. Alright, so let's get out of this. That's cool. So you can see how the Atari emulator is working really well in this. So let's go try. Let's back out of this. Hit the B button. Go back out, and let's play a Super Nintendo game. Let's play a favorite. Let's play Mario Brothers. Let's go find Mario. Let's go all the way to the S's. Okay, S's down there. Ooh. Yeah, how you liking this, Bob? He's liking it. He's liking this very much. Alright, here we go. Alright, Sesame Street. Super Mario's gonna be all the way down. Here we go. Super Dodgeball, Super Mario Brothers, NES. Here we go. Let's load it up. Alright, here we go. Now I'm still using the controller on the Gamestation Pro. You can hear the sound emulation is like so good. It's smooth. No missing frames. It's not even skipping a beat. Playing with an Atari joystick is a little difficult because the B button is on the top of the controller. Keep in mind, so. Oh, that's fantastic. So there's that game. Let me get back. See how easy to just quickly back out, in and out. It's fantastic. So let's back out. Okay, here we go. And then you got, yeah, here we go. We got and one of my favorites is the Tangent Tetris. I got that on here, so let's go all the way down here. So we got Super Sprint too. This is fantastic. Oh, and I blew it. No long piece, alright. I'm gonna blow it this time. Oh boy. Oh man, these crappy pieces. Alright, there we go. But yeah, fantastic. Buttery smooth. Let's try Super Sprint since we're here. I was doing pretty good at this game the other day. Ooh, I hit the wrong one. Make sure you get that ridge. Heck yeah. Winner, winner, chicken dinner. As you can see, nice buttery smooth emulation. Controls are very responsive. Now at this point in time, I've connected a PlayStation 5 controller. We will show you the button configuration in just a moment. So pretty much you get the most bang for your buck. The most bang for your buck is being able to sideload whatever the heck you want. So for the price that this thing is, and for the quality of the emulation, plus the two Atari controllers, the ability to connect your Xbox controller, PlayStation 5 controller, and to be able to use that, this is a no-brainer to wrap this under the tree for your loved one. Absolutely. Okay, so let's go back out here. show you the button presses here. Alright, so as you can see, I have got a PlayStation controller hooked up here. So what you're going to do is the X button is your A button. Oh, sorry, never mind. Sorry, that's the B button. That'll be your B button, and that's the A button. So just like your controllers would be on, like on Nintendo, right? So the PlayStation Home button here is what's actually going to get you in and out of the menus. So for instance, so what you want to do, to pop up the SD card, you want to hold the PlayStation menu and the options button on the PlayStation controller up here. So if you press both of these, it'll pop up the SD card. You just press the PlayStation Home button here to go back. So now I'll go back in the SD card. Right. So like I said, you hit the A button to confirm your selections. You hit the B button to back out of the folders, and yeah, you hit the PlayStation Home button to get out of your SD card. And that's pretty much it. So that's the button mapping right now for these two systems. So in select start, so that'll be your select, and that'll be your start button when you're playing Nintendo. And yeah, use the D-pad, analog, and yeah. So nobody tried with a PlayStation 5 controller. Everybody says like Xbox in the other videos. I'm here to confirm a PlayStation 5 controller does work on this, and it maps it perfectly to it. Not a problem. And that's the mapping that I've managed to figure out just by trial and error. So I really hope this video has been very informative for you on how you can install just preliminarily Nintendo and Atari games. And like I said, I'm going to work on installing the other systems and get them to work. And most importantly, like, you want those paddle games to work on Atari, like Kaboom and all that. You make that subfolder that says Atari 2600 paddle up, like in the beginning of the video. So yeah. Until next time, guys, game on. Yeah, we'll see you in the next video. We'll definitely be streaming games from this on future episodes, Atari themed, and so look forward to that in the future. And yeah, game on, everybody. Merry Christmas.